it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 11, Reunion Part 2. So, okay, Reunion Part 2, it was okay. You know, we learned some new things about some of them, like SC and Latrice, and we learned a couple of new things about people. Okay, like I said, it was a continuation. But we got to see this other side of Letitia. I loved it. I was like, ooh, but that's at the end. So, ooh, forgive me, y'all, because my allergies are bothering me right now. My allergies are bothering me. My printer stopped printing, so I had to handwrite all my notes instead of typing them up like I usually do. So, yeah, please forgive me because I can't read my own handwriting. Okay, that's second. Other thing, my allergies are bothering me. And this light ring is in my glasses. I can't stand it. I need to get some LASIK surgery or something because I hate when I turn on that light ring and it reflects on my glasses. And anyway, so before I begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment right now and subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button is right there, and then hit the little notification bell next to it to let you know every time Barbie J uploads a new video. Help Barbie J's video channel grow. I appreciate it. Shout out to Ashley Miller for sending people my way. Love you, girl. And what else? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, I put on a little bit of my bling, you know, since they were all dressed up in their little evening gowns and flowing stuff. And I said, well, I'll put on a tiny bit of bling. I'm not going to get dressed up like they did. Even my headband got bling. But let me tell you, honestly, I ain't like none of the outfits. I don't know if I said it in the last week's video, but I didn't care too much for their outfits. Like I said, I like the lavender that Tamara Cherie had on. You know, but we didn't know what the rest of her outfit looked like. She looked like a big fluffernutter. I like the blue dress that Letitia had on, but I didn't like that little piece that held it right there. And Marie, I could get with that, but I don't know if I could get with it all the way down. I liked it at the top. You know, the lace and stuff. Then it looked like to say it like that's Marie. Latrice's dress looked like it was almost similar. But she had the little Bo Peep thing going on. She had to look like little crosses and stuff and sheer and and all this around the neck. I don't know what that was. And it did look like it fit her boobs. It looked kind of strange. And then, who's the other one? Antoinette with her couch dress. Why your dress spread all the way out on the couch? It ain't that type of party. This ain't your wedding. That looked like a red wedding dress. It was just too much. And another thing, her lashes, she got too much with the, it's one thing to have long lashes, but I heard somebody else and they would talking about everybody else, and I'm like, y'all don't see Antoinette's lashes being that damn long? Come on now. Them things are super long. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents about outfits. I do know how to dress. I'm not into fashion, but I like to wear what I like to wear and when it looks nice on me and stuff. Sometimes some people's stuff don't look right. That's why I like to watch the red carpet at events. Anyway, what else? So let's get on with it. Like I said, forgive me because I can't read my own handwriting. But it started off the way it ended. Ooh, hold on. I think I got to sneeze. No, I don't. Okay. It started off with Kaylon. So Kaylon went to this blogger to get information, and Latrice supposedly went to Letitia and told her that to warn her that something was about to come out about her and about Marie. And it was about her saying that Glenn had a baby outside of his marriage with the lady he had an affair with. And so she told Letitia this, and Letitia said 2-3 days later, the blogger had it. It was in the blog. So here's Glenn. Glenn is upset and pissed about it. He's calling Cliff. Y'all know who Cliff is, Latrice's husband. And he's going off. He's pissed. You know, but they did admit there was a baby. They didn't say if it was his baby. They just said there was a baby. That's all I got to say about that. So Marie is upset, saying they're trying to ruin her. And you know they are with all that mess going on, because she was a strong woman. And who's behind it? Why the white girl behind it? Are we surprised that the white girl was behind it? I'm not surprised. I mean, I ain't saying that black people are innocent, because we could do dirty on people too. But you know, one white girl, and you go into a blogger to try to tear her down and ruin her business? What she said? Y'all women, you gonna try to ruin her business? And Latrice and Antoinette, they said that they told Kaylon that it wasn't a good idea. It's a bad idea. Don't get involved. But Kaylon insisted. Oh yeah, the white girl did. The white girl thought it was a good idea. And she said, oh, you know, no, it was messed up, you know, what they said about Letitia. But, and so Egypt is like, but it's okay for them to go after Marie? She said, well, she's stealing money from the federal. She's stealing federal money, so I didn't mind. I was like, what the hell? If you don't have no proof, you shouldn't be saying that. And then you said it on TV. So you're accusing her because she said they're trying to slander me. And Marie is right. I don't care how mean somebody is or how much they get up in your face or how much you don't like them or whatever. You don't do stuff like that. Because when you do stuff like that, you don't get blessed. And God's going to get you. Now, if you don't believe in God and don't care about God, then you ain't got nothing to damn worry about, because the devil loves you. I'm just saying. He loves that. He loves it. The devil is part of confusion. When there's confusion, you know it's the devil. Okay? So, you know that. So, Egypt is like, you just accused Marie of stealing federal money on TV. And she's like, well, it's all over the blogs anyway with that. And she was like, Marie, is this what you were saying? Is that what they were saying about you? She said, they said that I steal money. I'm a convicted felon. I stole PPP money. She said, I've been in business 20 years, almost 20 years. I work. She said, they're trying to ruin me. She said, oh no, she said that she works for the government. She said, I'm a government provider. That's what it was. And she said, I'm an open book. She said, do you think they would not have checked me out with the hospitals and the medicals? You know, if I'm a government provider, she said they wouldn't give me money until they check me out. How would I do that? She's like, I'm an open book. You know, but she told them, and I said, you better preach, because girlfriend started preaching. I had to write it down just how she said it. She said, they tried to ruin me, but let me tell you, can't nobody block what God has for me. Hallelujah. I said, you better preach, girl. You can't do that. She said, I am covered. Girl, you don't know how many times I told people that. I'm covered by the blood. Stop playing. Don't mess with sisters. Don't mess with me. Barbie J ain't playing. That's right. So, Kaylon was like, well, she, you know, was saying how she got that and was using it as ammunition just in case Aunt Marie came at her. Why are you digging up if she came for you? Why don't you just be a strong woman and deal with it? If she came with you, so you looking for dirt? You digging up dirt on people? I was like, that's messed up. So, there was something else that came up at that point. So, Tamara Cherie, I'm sorry, she was like, hold up. She said, I had heard about this, but she said, you know, she said, but I didn't know the whole story. She said, now, I used to sympathize with you, Kaylon, but no longer, she said, after this, you know, she said, the fact that you went to the extent to tear another woman down, she said, I don't take that lightly. And Kaylon said, but I didn't do that for, how did she say, I needed it for a defense, not an offense. And then here go Egypt. Oh, okay, so, you know, that's fair, you know. So, now we can put this to rest. And everybody's like, yeah, put this to rest. Hell no, let's not put this to rest. That is Marie's business. That's her livelihood y'all messing with. But everybody want to put it to rest because it ain't their damn business being jacked up. I had a problem with that. I said, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. But, anyway. What else? That was them. Then she started talking to the couples. And she started with Cedric and Marie. And she said people be asking about Cedric's sexuality. I'm like, what? didn't hear about that one. I want to know what blogs they watching, reading. I didn't know anything about his sexuality. He ain't never damn home. So what is it about his sexuality? Although he did admit tonight that he went on a trip with another man when he went away to, was it Paris or Aruba or wherever the hell he was. It was with a guy. He said he had invited Marie, but she didn't want to come. I mean, she busy. She running all these businesses. She got time for that. But you ain't supposed to go with another man. I don't know. Then they, Egypt was asking him, she said something to Marie about Jerez and how are things going with them and some, and how are things going with Jerez, and she asked Cedric if he was the father or the father figure, and he said his father is his father, you know, basically. He said, and it's hard for him to be the father figure when he has, they have a special type of relationship, they have a non-traditional relationship, whatever. You ain't never home and you're cheating. And that's why y'all got divorced the first time and then got back together. But we learned that they got back together but never remarried. I thought she said that they had remarried. It got a little confusing when they were talking, so I wasn't sure. You know, and what else? Cedric. So, what's her name? Egypt was trying to ask Cedric a question, but Cedric was like avoiding the question, like who was he away with? Who was he with on that trip or something like that? But he decided he's going to start speaking to Marie and complimenting her and telling her how proud he was of her and how she has grown, you know. He loves Marie from the bottom of his heart, and how she has grown so much, and what she's gone through with her illness and still building her business. He wanted her to know how proud he. Egypt said, well, Marie, do you still want to get back with him, or is this a little bit too late? She said, look, I done started seeing somebody else. I don't know what I want. She said, I'm taking one day at a time. And I said, I hear you, girl. You do that. You take one day at a time. Don't be rushing back to nobody who ain't never there. And then they brought out, what's her name? Essie. And so he automatically, Cedric automatically got up and sat over there with Latrice and Cliff. And she was like, well, you automatically got up. He said, I know their relationship. He said they already had their own marriage before I got there. He said, it's hard for me to come in and say anything. And we like, marriage? Everybody's like, you know. But so then they said, he said, you know, that they were close. That's what they said. Because then Essie came. Where is it? Essie came in, and you know, they're partners, and they have a strong bond. And you know, everybody was thrown with that episode when Marie said she's my soulmate. Because when you talk about soulmate, you talk about a man, usually he's your soulmate or woman or something, you know. But she said she was a soulmate. But she said, yeah. And she said, do you have deep feelings for, Egypt asked her, do you have deep feelings for Marie? She said, yes, I do. She said, Marie's my sister. She said, deeper than a sister. She said, no. She said, I got a husband. Bam, we didn't know that. Did we know Essie had a husband? Because I sure didn't know that. So that was something else new we learned. You know, so that was cool. But she said with Cedric never being there, it was easy for her to step in and get close to Marie because Marie needed somebody. She was going through stuff. She could have died and he wasn't even around. And that man sat there on TV, national TV lying, said he was there for them. And Marie's like, like the devil's a liar. That's what she might as well say, the devil's a liar, because he was not there for her. You know, so that was that part. And with Essie, she's like my sister. They have a strong bond or whatever. I'm missing something. Then they moved on to Glenn and Letitia. And Glenn, she asked Glenn if he would have a problem with Letitia having a business partner who she's tight with and stuff like that. And he said no, he wouldn't. He just he realized he had to change because they were used to a type of relationship where she wasn't doing anything. So when he was gone 3 weeks and didn't come home, she would fuss all over him and spoil him for a week, and then he would leave again. So he was used to having that. But now that she has a businesses she's doing, you know, he don't get all of that. So he's you know, he's getting used to it. So she asked, was there going to be a marriage? And, you know, asked about the proposal. And yes, there's going to be a marriage. And she's showing the ring and everything. See my ring. you know, and it was a nice rock, it looked like from here. So, yeah, so they showed the ring. What else? Partners, new ring. He's going to get married. Egypt said, is there going to be some yams at the wedding? Because everybody know now that Glenn likes his yams. Oh, so we learned that they were together for a long time. And Letitia said something that was nice. Because one thing we learned, and I think we knew that before, he went with her to prom. He's her best friend, she said. He is her best friend. But she made a statement. Oh, first they asked about Farris Street and how important it was, why it was so important to her. And she, you know, she told them about her grandfather, which we all knew that part. And she said how she was getting in all these people reaching out to her from all over the country, you know, wanting to give money and invest in Farris Street. So she said it's been wonderful, you know. Whether she's done anything or not yet, she didn't say. But the one thing she said about Glenn, who's her friend, she said, you can throw the entire marriage away, but she'd go crazy if she loses friendship. I said, damn. Everybody was like, that's so nice. That's so sweet. I was like, oh. You know, that is sweet. Come on now. She said even if the marriage didn't work, he was her best friend. Since prom, they look like they in their late 30s. Got to be at least in their late 30s, can't they? Except Cliff. Because Cliff is older than all of them. Because they got to Cliff and Latrice, and we find out that Cliff got 4 sons from another marriage. This ain't his first marriage. We all know that he older than Latrice. So we don't know how old Latrice is. She said, everybody want to know how old I am, girl. I don't know, but from what we understand, and they asked him how old his kids were, and Latrice named his kids how old they was. And the oldest one seemed like he was 28, and one was 24, and one was 20. I said, damn, you know his kids. He ain't even listing them. But she knew, and then they said, are you close in age to any of them? And she is. She close in age to one of his sons. So she talked about how they compare, Cliff made a statement about a woman has to choose her husband over another, have to choose her husband over another mate or something. They were talking about what Glenn and what Cedric and Marie were going through. But you know, Cliff was cracking up the whole time. Everything that was happening with Marie and her husband, he cracking up, ha 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 ha. And a couple of times he was laughing with Latrice and Glenn. But I'm like, damn, he acted like a little kid because he was laughing more than everybody that was there. But he was getting a kick out of it, having a good time. But I know he was the oldest out of everybody. But anyway, where am I? Cliff and Latrice. I told you I can't read my handwriting. For all the sons. So, oh, they compared themselves to Beyonce. She said, you always compare yourself to Beyonce and Jay-Z. And she said, but one of your viewers said, y'all more like Cookie and what's his name on Empire, Lucius. She said, I'll take that too. Any compliment, because I like them too. I like them too. They power couple, you know. I said, okay. So she didn't get insulted by that, but I thought it was funny, you know. But she said, why Beyonce? And she said, because she's the best at what she does. And I feel that I'm the best at what I do with this hair and this empire I'm building. And now, you know, now that I'm national and da-da-da-da, she kept going on. So that was nice. And what else? Oh, we learned where they met. That's where we learned. They met at a bar. And she liked his green eyes. She said, I think they blew, you know, they were blued in, but she liked his green eyes. And they, Egypt said, did you always prefer older men or date older men? And she said that she felt she was too mature for guys her age. So that's why she dated older men. And so she asked, Cliff, how would he feel about her business? How did he feel? Did he invest right away in her business and stuff like that? And he said, look, her business is her baby. I don't mess with her baby. He said, did she like Marie? Don't say nothing about her baby because she come at you hard. You know, so he said, I don't mess with her. Even though I'm a partner, I'm a silent partner, basically. And so then Egypt asked about baby Clifforellas. Is there going to be any little baby Clifforellas coming anytime soon? And I think that's when they started talking about he already have kids. But she said she do want a family. You know, I can't see going on in life without having a seed. I said, a seed? Damn, that's what she called it, a seed? I don't know. That kind of took me aback, you know. But anyway, so who else? And then they brought, okay, so they got rid of the men after all of that. And they brought the women back. The 4 women. And that's when Letitia accused Antoinette. Oh, they started talking about, I think they started mentioning that, I think that blog thing again. And Antoinette was saying, like, look, do you seriously think that I gave that blogger info to make you look bad and ruin your business? And Marie's like, I just go with the receipt. She said, well, is my name on that receipt? See, we starting to see how Antoinette ain't that innocent. She a little catty. We saw that. She's real shady, too. She's shady, shady, shady. Because then Letitia accused her, Antoinette, of flirting with her husband. I said, what? Oh, no. I skipped something. When they talked about little Clifforella, and Latrice was like, you know, she's like, well, you know, I don't see us, we good, you know, like their relationship is good, and I don't see us getting divorced no time soon. Everything, we know we gonna be working on. And Cliff made a face like, I said, what the hell is that? Y'all didn't catch that? I caught Cliff made some kind of face like, like there might be a divorce. I was like, don't do that, Cliff, because that, I don't know why the camera flashed on him like that, but camera flashed on her too when he was saying something about being a partner in her business. She like a man got to pick a woman got to pick her husband over her man, else they're not gonna have a relationship or something like that. Anyway, what was the other thing? There was something else, because there was a moment when Latrice, they asked about the sipping seed and how she didn't invite, how what's her chick name? Antoinette did not invite Letitia too. And Letitia said Tambra had already asked me if she would invite me. She said, because I didn't expect to be invited anyway. She said, but I would never come to your place bringing, she said, I'm responsible for my own energy that I bring. I'm responsible for my energy that I bring, and I would never come up into somebody's house bringing no bad energy and stuff. And she said, and Antoinette said like something about being friendship or friends or something. She said, no, we don't have no friendship. We have a friendship. We have a friendship. We're building on a friendship. We don't have a friendship yet. We got a friendship. I ain't never heard that. I'm gonna have to use that. No, girl, we got a friendship. We ain't got no friendship. I said, girl, you better stop creating stuff. We gonna have to put that in the dictionary. Friendship. Because she knows she made that up. But I love that. I said, we see this other side of Letitia. Letitia was going in on people. I can't even find it in my notes. I know I had it written somewhere else. You know, oh, it's here. I think it's here. Oh, yeah. So they building a friendship and not a friendship. She said, y'all said I'm real, because she said, I like, you know, they always was like, I like Letitia because she's so real. She real. She said, yeah, I'm real. She kept doing the real thing. Y'all said I'm real, and I'm going to be real right here. And she said, I don't have a problem with, she said, I didn't have a problem with Antoinette, but until that sipping seed when she was flirting with my husband, because she said she was flirting with my husband and with Cliff. They was like, what? And she was like, when did I do that? When did I do that? She told her how she was holding his hand and all this stuff. And Latrice said, well, I spoke to her about it, and it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't, you know, but Glenn, Letitia's husband, was like, it felt uncomfortable, her holding his hand like that. She said, no, I was drinking, and I don't usually drink whatever it was, some hard liquor. And she said, I was giving it to people who drink it. But her husband felt uncomfortable, because she was like, what was that all about? He said, I don't know, but it made me feel uncomfortable. So if her husband felt uncomfortable, you know, when you drink too much, you get happy, or you ain't got a man and you touching other people's man. Come on now, ladies, come on. You know what I'm talking about. So she asked Latrice, Egypt asked Tambra a question. And how does Tambra feel about things? Because we didn't have much to talk about with her. You know, they talked about the baby And is she going to have her little baby? What's she going to have in life? What's she moving forward to or whatever? I forgot what the question was. What's next for each of them, you know. But she said something about her baby and a relationship. But Tamra said, all I want is that if y'all can't get along, at least everyone respects each other. And I was like, okay, I agree with that. And Letitia said, yeah, and I understand what Tamra's saying, you know, what she said. But she said, but ladies, when the table is prepared for you, you should come to the table with a fork and not shade. Damn! Letitia was coming up with the stuff. And yo, they was like, y'all the one who's giving shade. Da, da, da. I said, see, I told y'all. I told y'all because I know what I saw. When Antoinette and Latrice walked up in there, they had already been dogging out the doggone brunch before they got there. They was already dogging out. They did come with shade. They were laughing at Marie when she came in with her outfit. They were laughing at other things. They were being catty and talking about stuff. They're the one who started the conversation talking to another person who had bought some of Latrice's hair. And they was like, oh, girl, your hair. So that's why Marie thought, well, they talking about that customer and her hair that she bought. Why can't I bring up my hair issue now? They was talking about it there. And she brought it up. She didn't come there ready to start. She did come there to ask about it. She did want to ask since she was going to be there. But anyway, the last thing is they started going in and Letitia started letting them know. She called Latrice out on her stuff and said, let me finish. Because Latrice tried to interrupt her. And she said, let me finish. Let me finish, girl. And she said, you bring a different energy when you're with Cliff. She said, and then when you come out here, when Antoinette come out here, y'all team up and you end up turning to mean girls. I said, damn. I told y'all. See, there's a lot of people that defend Latrice because there's some people on YouTube who know her in person or whatever. And that's all good to know her. But call your person out when it's time to call them out. When you see they doing wrong, they doing wrong. You can't keep defending people doing wrong. I know she was doing shady. She was shady and she turned into a mean girl. And she did. And she said, and I told y'all, Antoinette is a little shady too. And she said, and are you team Tisha or are you team straddling? She said, I'm team me. I said, I hear that too. Okay, Latrice said, I'm team me. But she said, be the same person. That's what Latrice told her. Be the same person. You act in one way, and she said you bring different energy when you're with different people. And you notice that when she with her husband, she calm, she light. When she with Antoinette, she could get ghetto and she could go off. And Antoinette's the same way. Whether you a dentist, whether you built your own practice or whatever, shady is shady. McShady. Okay? So she said, I match energy. But she's constantly throwing shade, she said. About Antoinette is constantly throwing shade. She said, we're going to be cool. Let's be cool no matter who's in the room. She told that. And she said that to Latrice. No matter who's in the room, let's be cool. I said, wow. Latrice went in on them. She was like, honey, y'all talking about real? I'm going to be real with y'all right now. And she gave it to them. I was like, you better tell them, girl. So that is how it ended. Other than, she asked all of them, like I said, what do they see next for each of them? And we all know what they all saw next for them. I guess next season comes, who knows when. I don't know when next season is. But it ended with them all sitting there celebrating the end of season 1 and drinking champagne. And the champagne looked like it was colored champagne. I don't know what they was drinking. But let me know down in the comment section how you feel about that reunion part 2 in this review. A recap or whatever it is. I can't even read my hand. I'm sorry. Anyway, this your girl Barbie J saying